Pastor Sam Evans, it's an honor to have you with us. Could you tell us something about Planetshakers? What is it?
I would love to. Planetshakers is a church and it's a ministry. So we get to travel all over the world and preach and sing and lead people in worship, but also run a church in Melbourne, Australia, with 4 campuses, one in Cape Town and one in Los Angeles.
And how did it start? It didn't start as a band. It started as a conference, or what's the story?
That's right. Yeah, it started in 1997, and we just did a youth conference.
Okay.
And so we started off with just 300 young people, and then it just began to grow and grow and grow. And then we were traveling all over Australia, getting around 30,000 young people come along to our conference, and then God called us to Melbourne to plant a church.
And that was 10 years ago.
Yes, that's right.
And God's blessings been with the church.
Yes, we get so excited about what God is doing.
Okay, tell us about yourself. How did you meet the Lord? What happened?
Yeah, well, I was a good Catholic girl.
Okay.
I grew up in the Catholic Church, but I didn't know Jesus personally. I knew about God, of course. We were very religious, and what happened was that my father left. And so this was 2 weeks before Christmas time, when I was 16 years of age. And of course my whole world came crashing down.
Okay.
And that's when religion did not do anything. The routine of going to church did not help me at all. And so it was my auntie who talked to me about a personal relationship with Jesus. And so she led me to the Lord, said the sinner's prayer, and all of a sudden my whole world turned upside down. My eyes were open to God was real, and He came into my life and began a wonderful healing process. And of course I'm here today on the ride of my life. I would never have dreamed I'd be doing these things, and that's how awesome Jesus is.
And how did you meet your husband?
Yes,
Pastor Sam?
well, I met Pastor Russell. I met him at youth group at church,
all right.
And he was the youth leader, and I was one of his leaders.
Okay.
Yeah, so he bossed me around. And so, yeah, we built a friendship, and then...
And did you ever imagine you would be a pastor?
No, never, ever in my wildest dreams.
And so how did God put that desire in you and in your husband?
Well, initially, I suppose we just did what needed to be done. So there were Russell's husband, my goodness, Russell's father, just simply asked him, can you run the teenage youth group?
Okay.
And he said yes.
Okay.
And that's how I got into leadership. It was an invitation, would you like to do this? Okay, yes, there's a need, I'll serve. And so I think it just crept up on us.
All right.
And so just those opportunities came, and we said yes to those opportunities, and then it just started to unfold.
All right. Well, it's been great to have you here. What have you felt here in Colombia? What has God told you about our nation?
Yes. Well, of course, you feel the passion of the Latinos, which is awesome. But anytime I come here, I can sense the open spiritual atmosphere. I can sense that there's been people that pray and fast, and so I find it very easy to minister actually when I'm here. And so I feel very excited about Bogota, Colombia. I feel like it's on the verge of something because of the openness in the spirit. And of course the enemy doesn't like all of that, but you know, we're never intimidated by him. But yeah, I just feel that it's like a tipping point, coming to a tipping point where the nation will run into revival. So I feel the best is yet to come. Yeah, I'm very excited for you guys.
Well, we've been praying for God to give us divine connections, and we believe Planetshakers is that. We could say that we are a Planetshakers church here in Colombia, because we really like what God is doing with you. But what things do you see similar in our churches, in your church with ours?
I think the hunger for the Holy Spirit, the honouring of God's presence. Of course, you have incredible musicians and singers as well, very talented people. And of course, just people that are not afraid to express themselves, you know, in Jesus. I think that's very similar to Planetshakers and, you know.
Well, we've been blessed to have her with us. So thank you. Thanks a lot.
My pleasure.
Bless you.
Bless you.